We can get started with the introduction. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Diana Barrera-Rosales, and I am Global Blockchain Business Council's Head of Research and Sustainability. It is a pleasure today to welcome you to our GBBC Virtual Members Forum on Breaking Down Barriers, How Blockchain Can Simplify Multi-Party Processes with ULALO. We are a bi-weekly webinar showcasing the innovative work of our members throughout the world. And today we are joined by Fabrice Kwetchet, CEO of ULALO. Fabrice will illustrate the challenges presented by the absence of in-house expertise on blockchain development and the integration of legacy systems with blockchain solutions. He will discuss how to ensure a smooth transition while unlocking the full potential of blockchain technology. Just briefly, before we begin, I'm going to introduce ULALO. In a world where seamless connections are crucial, GBBC member ULALO is transforming the way businesses collaborate with third parties. As a no-code SaaS platform, ULALO harnesses the power of AI and blockchain technology to streamline complex multi-party processes, eliminating delays and safeguarding data privacy. Our innovative approach empowers organizations of all sizes to enhance efficiency, transparency, and collaboration. ULALO tackles two major challenges: the absence of in-house expertise in blockchain development and the integration of legacy systems with blockchain solutions. The platform addresses these issues by offering a user-friendly interface and an AI copilot that simplifies blockchain implementation, making it accessible to businesses regardless of technical background. With ULALO's robust integration capabilities, businesses can seamlessly connect blockchain solutions to their existing systems, ensuring a smooth transition while unblocking the full potential of blockchain technology. And finally, in removing technical barriers and providing intuitive tools, ULALO democratizes access to advanced technologies, enabling businesses to focus on their core strengths and drive growth. With ULALO, blockchain becomes a practical and powerful tool for any organization looking to thrive in today's fast-paced digital landscape. We welcome your questions to the audience at any point during today's presentation. Please submit them in the Q&A tab at the bottom of your Zoom screen, and we will take them after the presentation. So I will turn it to Fabrice. Thank you for joining us, and I will hand things over for your presentation.
Thank you very much, Jenna, for the great introduction. Start sharing my screen. You guys see my screen?
Yes, we do.
Thank you. So we live in a world, as you said, that is more and more connected, where organizations experience an increasing need to work closely with the third parties, might be partners like carriers, suppliers, to complete their operational task. The requirement to build multi-party business processes is rising almost in every industry sector. But due to complex silos between organizations, it costs a lot, and it's hinder the digital transformation that those companies want to put in place. ULALO means in Swahili to build bridges, and we are addressing a universal need. We want to empower users and organizations to exchange data securely and efficiently with third parties. According to Gartner, 70% of organizations need third parties to complete their business activities. Depending on the activity sectors, you have sometimes stakeholders like brokers in insurance, like suppliers in pharmaceutical sectors, but you have a lot more. Each one in those processes must have access to various levels of information and can therefore be potential responsible of a data leak, monetary loss, or reputational damage for the organization. I've been working as software developer, solution architect, but also technical lead in many multinationals during the past 20 years. I've always faced the same frustration when it comes to integrate data between different kind of systems, but also with external third parties. I've been working closely with data privacy officers to ensure the compliance with data privacy regulations. We were writing out all the functional and non-functional requirements, but when we have all that said, we wait for weeks and sometimes months to onboard IT resources to breach those IT systems securely. All that usually takes a lot of money, but also the time that sometimes the business do not have. What if you could do that in days without relying extensively on IT? ULALO enables any user to securely share data in compliance with GDPR or CCPA. We have built a platform to help organizations cut their cost by almost 50% by enabling them to expand their processes across the company boundaries. You may ask yourself, how did we achieve that? First of all, we have witnessed the importance of blockchain in organizations. So in companies where we want to share data with people outside the company. So we want to educate, and that's something we're doing, organization and blockchain capabilities in terms of security, traceability, and transparency. We bridge those traditional and decentralized technologies and allow a seamless integration with the data connectors that we have been building in Web2 for years. We empower also the citizen developers with a non-technical approach, which is providing a no-code platform with more than 2,000 connectors that enable seamless access to legacy systems. In fact, it's not a secret that build Web3 is very hard because there are protocols to masters, new construct to understand, and also integrating with existing system, which might be the hardest part of all. And it's common to see organizations start blockchain projects with a lot of enthusiasm, but realize just after that there are a lot of hidden obstacles. So what the people think in the beginning that the job is very different from what the job becomes when they start doing it. So they say that building off-chain plumbing is not that easy that they might thought. It's not simply write down the smart contract and deploy it. You have to figure out what is the right blockchain, what's the level of security, permission, private, public that is needed for your requirement. And it's not all about 3 to 5 components. Sometimes it's more than 10 components to put in place to be able to share securely data, documents, and in a right way. So the learning curve can be very difficult, and also finding the good profile is not that easy. So blockchain projects require a lot of technical know-how, which are very rare on the market. And the absence of large-scale deployment is due mainly to the fact that the organization still access how it will be also integrated with the existing system. So the biggest challenge on rolling out blockchain initiative is finding developer. So however, developer trained on blockchain aren't necessarily easy to come by. The skills gaps leave organizations wondering how to even get started on their blockchain journey. We all know that when you build a blockchain project, you have the tokenization, the event management, document management, data management, identity, privacy, but also data orchestrations. All that besides the technical infrastructure. So with the nodes, on-chain, off-chain connectors, and before building the dApps. So with all that in mind, for an organization not having all the expertise, the right providers, we come with a one-stop solution that will allow organization to be able to handle different type of use case, prototyping, and in a fast way, and prepare themselves to scale. So project themselves easily with a blockchain project or process. So ULALO covers all of those layers of development cycle, like the business logic, infrastructure, and integration with the current systems. We want to provide a great experience, not only for the business, but for the developers, because lowering the learning curve into internal teams simplify the blockchain experience for the whole company. So unless you can successfully integrate your project with the current systems, you lack usability, right? And eventually the ability to scale. Simply make ULALO with our partners allow organization to connect with more than 2,000 data sources to whether a CRM, ERP system, database, or stream data. We get those data securely on an event-driven approach into the on-chain networks that you select. We are working with different kind of blockchain networks, including Hyperledger, Ethereum, or ZK rollups. We have a trained model that draft a business processes following the best practice of the industry, and then the IT team can fine-tune and also design what would be the data regarding their, the industry standards to connect with and share with the third parties. And at the end, automating the deployment, the versioning, the iteration is one thing that sometimes we neglect, but it's very important in this kind of release cycle. We built this solution to make it a strategic partner that help businesses achieve efficiencies and innovation through blockchain. We all know here the advantages, but I like to say it again, displace truths with truths by eliminating the need for intermediaries is something that would be very important and key into the collaboration among industries. We want also to facilitate the bilateral transactions that will certainly save time and cost in any kind of industry. So we started our project in 2023 by conducting a comprehensive research to understand real-life customer needs within the insurance sector, where the three co-founders have almost spent 30 years cumulated. In 2023 Q4, so we graduated from the Founder Institute Accelerator Program with a success rate of 6%. So we confirmed the idea that there were real needs in the world and that the idea was scalable. So we developed the minimum viable product with essential functionality tailored to the insurance sectors. And now we have on board a key prospect who are beta testing, and we are collecting valuable feedbacks to improve the product usability and functionality. We started in Q2 2024 fundraising. So and we are about to close our run now. That will allow us to integrate additional partners and cloud services to improve the scalability and versatility. We want also to enhance data ingestion process and our model, our AI model, to make sure that we are providing always the best, BPML process to our user. By 2025, we want to start scaling up and improve our product to reach a larger amount of industry sectors. So we have different use cases with some of our customers. This one is one that we did with the insurance in the complaint management because there was a need to handle better the claims by insurance company, where here in Europe you have the brokers that are involved, expert garage. So they want to give everyone the same access to the data seamlessly and rapidly. So in this process, for example, the customer report the incident and share relevant information like photo and contact details. The insurance receive those claims and can verify the eligibility of the customers. And once done in the CRM systems, the data are pushed securely on a private blockchain network, and all the parties, the stakeholders that you see here, like expert garage, depending on their level of access, can receive the data. So for example, the garage who will be responsible can provide an estimate, and if too expensive, automatically an expert is invited to access the damage, the damage and approve it. So when the estimates are approved, the garage repairs and update the status. And this process with all those communication usually takes weeks. It can be now handled the same days because those parties, whether they are present in the same region or not, will have access to the data quickly. So at the end, the insurance also can make the payment, and all the entire process is transparent and auditable to all. It reduces errors, increase efficiencies, and also improve customer experience who has his car repair in a I would say a couple of days instead of weeks. We have also the same kind of process for one of our bio customers because we've seen that pharmaceutical companies are losing 35 billions each year because of products that become defective due to temperatures difference in their delivery. So they have made a lot of improvement in terms of IoT, but the supply chain in pharmacy still suffer from inefficiencies inherent to the Web2 platform. ULALO improved the transparency through a blockchain platform that is shared by all the stakeholders because we're not only collecting the sensor data into a central hub, but we can define the terms of the shipping contract and ensure that the temperature and humidity are under a specific threshold. We are able to integrate with their ERP system, but also the IoT hub to only collect certain data and make sure that everyone on the networks has access to that data. And for example, ensure that for a carrier that if there is an incursion in temperature, it starts maybe fixing the issue before it's too late. So in the past, they have a report that will send out just after the release of the raw material or vaccines, and sometimes there is a fine for one of the parties who might be wondering if the central data hub has the truth because he did all that what he can. So having all this data on the blockchain and share with among the parties not only bring more transparency, but everyone can track the product movement and can be also sure that due to the immutability of the blockchain platform, that there is no fake data in the systems. The dispute are resolved automatically. So despite our youth, the ULALO potential is already being recognized internationally by the Founder Institute I mentioned, but also Microsoft for Startup Hub, where will grant us a good credit of 150K to build our solution on their cloud platform. We have also different partners for the AI, like Step to Group, is connecting us to the AI top tier mentors, investors, and customers across the globe. We have also Trail, the recognized Belgian AI Lab Association for promoting responsible AI in businesses. Thank you very much, GBBC, also to allow us to join and keep informed with the latest update improvement in this technology. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fabrice. I'm going to come back on and take questions because there's a couple of questions that we've received. And I just wanted to start with saying, like, given that ULALO, first of all, it was great to hear the meaning in Swahili and all that you are doing. Thank you for your great presentation on and your insights on the importance of seamless connections and the power of emerging technology to facilitate them. So given that ULALO bridges the gap between complex workflows and IT systems with a no-code solution, that's very interesting, how do you address potential limitations of scalability and customization, especially when you're dealing with like very unique or proprietary business models?
Well, that's a great question. We are as a blockchain-based platform, ULALO excels at orchestrating data exchange between multiple parties, and this can be invaluable for complex processes that involve intricate, data interaction. For specific complex processes, ULALO can seamlessly integrate with custom functions or APIs developed in-house by IT people to maintain control over the critical logics while leveraging ULALO core functionality that is to share with external parties.
Wonderful. Now, your platform also integrates AI and blockchain, which is something that we at GBBC have been increasingly focusing on. The convergence between AI and blockchain and the role of blockchain to provide more trustworthy AI integrations. With your platform, you streamline processes across multiple stakeholders. How do you handle conflict in data orchestration when there are potentially competing privacy regulations across different jurisdictions, such as between the EU, GDPR, or US frameworks, or other frameworks across the world?
Yeah, well, we have been working in Europe with data privacy officials for the past 20 years. So we are very familiar with all those regulation framework that can be different. And in the project that we are managing, usually we don't give the ULALO solution to the business. We make sure that the IT department with the data management teams build the connectors, the data connectors, following their best practice to ensure strict access to data that they are ready to share with third parties across the globe. So, ULALO will provide advice on the type of blockchain, whether it's private or permission for specific use cases. But the IT department and the DPO still have the authority and the right to decide if this data can be shared.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now, when you talk about the insurance industry, we got a question that the insurance industry relies heavily on off-chain data, such as forms, PDFs, maps, spreadsheets, etc. And this is largely collected outside of the blockchain. How do you implement accurate data collection when you're working with blockchain the way you are?
Yeah, so that's a great one. Basically, we have an event-driven approach where we have data connectors that it's basically connected to a CRM systems. And when something happened, when there is a new records and updates, we trigger an event that will push the data on chain, and the other parties will work on those data, on chain on the network, having a seamless, access to the data. So basically, we don't allow anyone just to synchronize their work on the on-chain data.
Fantastic. Thank you. Now, as for cost and time savings, which is your competitive advantage, right? You're really highlighting those benefits for your customers and partners and everyone you work with. How do you measure the tangible return on investment for companies adopting a platform like yours, especially in industries like pharmaceuticals or like we just talked about insurance or areas where processes may be like highly regulated or more bureaucratic?
That's so well. I think in all those industries today, they are already aside of the the regulated process, have a digitalized process in place. So those digital processes are using traditional way of working, which are not that efficient. So I've been working as a solution architect in those sectors, and I know that reconciling many data sources is very time consuming and expensive. And while implementing Center of Excellence for no-code and low-code platform, I've seen that reduction, and I can understand when Gartner predict that 75% of applications will be developed in the low-code or no-code platforms. So that will contribute in a significant cost saving.
Oh, wow. That's very impactful. Now, next question is that blockchain solutions often struggle with real-time data integration and ensuring data integrity across multiple systems. That can be the case, or at least that's a challenge. How does ULALO's AI-driven platform mitigate these risks, especially when working with external parties who may have outdated or incompatible or data silos in their many different systems, fragmented data? How do you account for that?
Oh, great questions. The main stakeholders that we have are connecting to the data source. So they are the one pushing the data on chain. Then the blockchain inheritance, immutability will guarantee that all parties in network are working with the most accurate and up-to-date data. So any change or updates would be instantly propagated across the network. And so we are establishing a common ground and eliminating all the complexities arising from outdated or incompatible data systems.
Fantastic. Now, moving forward is to consider that ULALO's value propositions include reducing reliance on traditional IT development. As blockchain architectures continue and evolve rapidly, how do you ensure ULALO's platform remains flexible and compatible with future tech developments?
Yeah, ULALO stays flexible and compatible with future tech development, not only by, keeping our developer up to date, the training, the continuous training that we're doing, but also the great partnership that we are getting with leaders like GBBC, but also best-in-class infrastructure as a service providers. We will not only ensure the ongoing compatibility, but also a robust enterprise SLAs and proactive monitoring.
Fantastic. And only a few more questions to go, but given that we are considering the application of ULALO in industries like insurance and pharmaceuticals, those are areas where data integrity is highly sensitive. And how do you balance the transparency and data privacy when you're automating the workflows and involving third-party organizations?
Well, ULALO prioritizes data privacy and transparency. We are collaborating with, as I said, the IT department in those companies to define what will be the data sharing protocols. And for each project, we ensure a secure access to the data source and make it audited by the DPO or the data team in those companies. we're advising also those companies who are sometimes in the early stage, what type of blockchain they can use for this or this project or that project to leverage not only the blockchain benefits, but also enhance the data governance.
Great. And finally, Web3 adoption accelerates globally. And what specific role do you see where ULALO may play in this broader accelerating ecosystem? How do you envision partnerships with other key players in blockchain and AI spaces that are helping to drive your platform forward as part of the Web3 overall ecosystem?
Yeah, we envision, ULALO as becoming one of the Swiss knife of many companies, startups, or corporate industry. So, and we know that we would not be able to do that without great partnerships. So we're continuously looking forward to connect with industry leaders like platform as a service provider, infrastructure as service providers, which are very, in I would say in first place towards the new improvements in the technology. But we are doing the same also with the AI, with the partnership that we have with industry leaders. Now we are looking forward to have a generative AI capabilities improve to make the user experience as smooth as possible for any user in company. So the blockchain journey would not be, shouldn't be, a heavy burden for anyone.
Fantastic. Well, we are coming to an end now, and I want to thank you so much, Fabrice and ULALO, for joining us today for this thoughtful and engaging presentation and Q&A on really the role of blockchain, AI, and bringing those solutions to companies all over the world with a easier platform. We look forward to learning more about ULALO's progress. A recording of this presentation will be circulated to all those who registered and shared publicly on GBBC's YouTube channel. Thank you again, and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, Janelle. Thank you all for being there.